His attempt to use the great Brahmin wisdom was futile against the icy chill, causing spasms and intense pain in his meridians. The agony became unbearable. He couldn't endure it any longer. Staggering backward, he inadvertently stepped into the empty space again, but this time, there was no warm aura to resist it. The gray monkey was extremely anxious, tripping incessantly, but it dared not step into the empty space again. Zhang Xiaofan was at a loss, feeling the alternating sensations of cold and heat coursing through his body, gnawing at his 5 viscera and 6 bowels, making him feel nauseous. Yet there was nothing to vomit. He felt like he was on the verge of death. His consciousness gradually blurred, stumbling forward, but then knowingly walking in the wrong direction, feeling his strength ebbing away bit by bit. His whole body trembled, limbs powerless. With a softness under his feet, he collapsed to the ground. By the water's edge, he struggled to gather the last bit of his energy, trying to draw in some spiritual energy darkened. The green light on the blood-devouring bead intensified, enveloping the entire bead in green. A faint golden light flashed, and the swastika mantra of the Buddhist sect was completely shattered. Zhang Xiaofan was immediately engulfed in a green aura, resembling a bloodthirsty demon, undergoing a rebirth. However, the strangeness was not over yet. Almost as soon as the green aura regained its freedom, there was a loud noise emanating from the center of the pool. In an instant, the wind held, and stones from the pool shot out in all directions, making loud noises as they landed. The emerald green water surged, forming a whirlpool in the center. From within the whirlpool, amid the spray of water, emerged a black mist, none other than the mysterious black shirt stick, about 2 feet long, neither gold nor iron, emitting a sinister aura. Zhang Xiaofan exclaimed and fell backward. The blood-devouring bead seemed to stick to his palm, unable to shake it off. In the midst of it, he faintly saw a faint blood color slowly seeping into the bead from his body. Feeling a sudden sharp pain in his palm, Zhang Xiaofan looked down and nearly jumped out of his skin. Around the blood-devouring bead attached to his palm, a ring of crimson blood was oozing out, continuously flowing and gradually converging into a large blood droplet. Trembling all over, pale-faced and bloodless, Zhang Xiaofan was horrified to see the blood dripping around the bead. Yet, as if bathed in the blood droplet, the blood-devouring bead suddenly emitted a brilliant green light, launching a fierce counterattack. Not only did it turn the tide, but it also gradually overwhelmed the black mist. As the blood continued to flow from his hand, Zhang Xiaofan gradually lost consciousness. The fresh blood spread, flowing to where the black stick and the bead met, and stopped moving, allowing the green light and the black mist to continue their battle. After a while, it seeped in, gradually dyeing the point where the stick and the bead touched a deep red color. A faint smell of blood lingered in the air. As time passed, the red color grew deeper, almost dripping with blood. Strangely, the original struggle between the green light and the black mist began to dim. From their previous state of mutual exclusion, they gradually seemed to merge. It was unknown how much time had passed, but this strange change finally came to an end. The black stick and the green bead completely lost their luster, merging with each other with a click, falling from Zhang Xiaofan's unconscious hand to the ground. Xiaofan, Xiaofan, junior brother, an urgent call echoed in Zhang Xiaofan's ears. His mind was in a whirl, feeling an intense headache, as if even opening his eyes required all his strength. Tianlinger's face, anxious with a hint of panic, seemed distant yet near, gradually becoming clearer before his eyes. He moved his lips and uttered softly, "Senior sister." Tianlinger was overjoyed. "Xiaofan, you're awake." Zhang Xiaofan forced a smile and said, "I'm fine, senior sister." Supporting him to sit up, Tianlinger saw Zhang Xiaofan immediately look at the palm of his hand. He saw that the skin of his right palm was undamaged, except for some paleness. There was no trace of anything unusual. He was stunned. He distinctly remembered a large amount of blood flowing from his palm just now. So how was there no trace of it now? Was that all just a nightmare? Xiaofan, seeing him staring into space after sitting up, Tianlinger felt a little worried and gave him a nudge. Startled, Zhang Xiaofan was about to tell her about the strange incident just now, but he didn't know where to start. feeling that the whole thing was too bizarre. Even he was unsure, so he hesitated for a moment before finally saying, It's nothing, senior sister. Tianyin finally relaxed. When she woke up, she saw that it was already late in the day. She was lying under a large pine tree, while junior brother was lying unconscious in an open space not far away. Feeling afraid, she quickly ran to Zhang Xiaofan's side, fortunately waking him up shortly afterward. Now, Tianyin looked around and said to Zhang Xiaofan, Junior brother, something seems odd here. Let's leave as soon as possible. We'll have mother come to take a look tomorrow before deciding what to do. Zhang Xiaofan nodded. Just as he was about to get up, he suddenly felt a sharp pain all over his body, accompanied by dizziness. If Tianyin hadn't quickly supported him, he would have almost fallen down again. Seeing his extremely pale complexion, devoid of any trace of color, Tianyin was truly worried. Carefully helping him up, Zhang Xiaofan regained his composure, looked at himself, found no wounds, and said, Senior sister, I'm just a little dizzy, nothing serious. Tianyin confirmed this with a careful look, nodded, and said, Then let's hurry back. It's already dark, and I'm afraid father, mother, and our senior brothers are all worried. Zhang Xiaofan said, Okay. Tianyin took a deep breath, checked herself for any abnormalities, and wondered why she had passed out for no reason. With a gesture, a red light flashed, and amber and vermilion silk whistled out. Just as Tianyin was about to take Zhang Xiaofan and leave, she suddenly heard a creak sound from the side. They turned to look and saw that the gray-haired monkey was standing there, laughing at them with a wide grin. In its hand, it was dragging a short stick about a foot long, dark and shiny, made of an unknown material. In front of the quiet hall of Zhu Peak, Tia Bai paced back and forth, his brows furrowed, a hint of anxiety on his face. Early in the morning, his daughter and the 7 unruly disciples went to the back mountain to cut bamboo and play. Now, it was dark, and there was still no sign of their return. So Ryu had gone out early to search, and now each disciple had been dispatched by him, but there was no trace of them on Zhu Peak. The terrain was undulating, with dense forests around, making it as difficult to find to people as finding a needle in a haystack. Just as he was getting anxious, there was a sound of breaking through the air from above.